Okay, now we're in section 3 of chapter 5, and in this section we're going to solve multi-step inequalities. There are no notes specifically for this section. We're just going to be combining the adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing that we've been doing for the past couple of days and do multi-step. All right, so we're just taking the past 2 days of notes and putting it all together. Okay, so nothing new here. These are just like multi-step equations that we did in chapter 2 and 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and just jump right into things. Don't forget about your rule about when you multiply and divide by a negative number. Okay, so we'll do a few examples. I think I'll just stick with the odds like I have been. So let's look at number 17. Oh, by the way, we're not going to be graphing in this section. I want to focus on solving first, and then we'll get back to graphing soon. Okay, so we need to solve for our variable, which is n. We have -4 is greater than n plus 6 minus 6. Well, that's going to be pretty easy. We have -4 is greater than n. And guys, what is 6 minus 6? That's going to be 0. So these things cancel out. That was really a pathetic problem to start off with, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and flip it around because we want our variable first. So let's change this to n, and notice how it's pointed at n and open to the -4. So you need to flip that so it's still pointed at n and open to -4. So n is less than -4. Okay. All right. Easy enough for that one. Let's move it on down. Let's keep going. Number 19. We have -18 is less than 7x minus 8 minus 2x. All right. So we're starting to throw in a bunch of things here. Let's draw a line down our equal sign. In some of these problems, we might have to combine like terms. We might have to look ahead down here at 21. Distribute. Okay. So things are going to start getting a little bit more messy. But we know how to solve equations. We've been doing this for like months now. Okay, so plus before that, in middle school. All right, first step, -18 is less than, we need to combine like terms. 7x minus 2x is going to be 5x. And then don't forget about -8. Okay, and now we can go ahead and solve. Remember, we're solving for this variable x. We need to leave that alone and move everything else. So let's add 8. Okay, -18 plus 8 is -10 is less than 5x. And last step to solve for x is to divide by 5. Now notice that you're dividing by a positive number, so you do not need to flip your sign this time. And we're going to have -2 is less than x. Let's rewrite it so that the variable comes first. X is greater than -2. Notice how your sign is open to x and pointed at -2. So you need to keep it that way when you turn it around. So this is our final answer. Let's write it as a sentence. X is greater than -2. Whoops, sorry. All right, let's move on down to 21. All right, we have some distributing to do here. So let's first and foremost draw a line down our equal sign. We have 252. All right, we're going to be dealing with big numbers, so if you have a calculator handy, you might want to grab it. Or you could just do the math long-handed on the side. Is greater than -7 times 4 minus 8a. So we've got to distribute that -7 first into the parentheses for each term. So -7 times 4 is going to be 28, -28. And -7 times -8 is going to be positive 56a. Okay. Now let's go ahead and keep going with our solve. Plus 28, plus 28. So we've got 280 is greater than 56a. All right, 280 divided by 56, because we need to divide to solve for a. And we get 5 is greater than a. Let's turn it around the way we want, the variable first. A, notice how your sign is pointed at A, open to 5. So pointed at A and open at 5. Okay, so this is read as A is less than 5. All right, finally, we're going to get a negative coefficient, so that we have to flip our sign. All right, so let's get started with number 23. Let's draw a line down our equal sign, and we're going to have to distribute here. So we have negative 400 is less than 8 times negative 7k minus 1. Okay, so we need to, yes, when you see parentheses, always distribute. So we're going to have 8 times 7, negative 7, makes a negative 56k. And then 8 times negative 1 is minus 8. Okay, let's go ahead and solve. So plus 8, we have negative 392 is less than negative 56k. All right. I don't know this off the top of my head, and I really wouldn't expect you to either, so let me grab my calculator. Negative 392 divided by negative 56, and we get positive 7. Okay, so we've got 7 and k. All right. Now, let's pay close attention to the way the sign should point. We divided by a negative number. So remember what that means about this sign? It needs to flip. So let's point it this way. Okay. Now we need to talk about moving this variable and this constant. Okay, we want the variable first. So k is going to be less than, see how it's pointed at k? Less than 7. So let's rewrite that as a sentence. K is less than 7. Okay, all the evens are for you to finish. Don't forget to answer your summary questions when you're done. Have a great night.